We got good news for the Georgia Tech game. We got not so good news for the Georgia Tech game. Which one do you want first?
You are Locked On Bulldogs, your daily podcast on the Georgia Bulldogs. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Locked On Bulldogs, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every single day. Daniel, glad to be here with everybody. Glad it's Thanksgiving week. It is hate week.
Happy Thanksgiving.
This episode brought to you by FanDuel. By the way, check back tomorrow when we give out locks for hate week. Rivalry week is here. SEC championship on the line. A couple teams, they don't win. They don't get in.
Oh, no.
You, Bama. FanDuel is going to be the place to get all of that done. We are the number one sports podcasting network in the world. True story. Locked On is the place to go for everything fandom. Today, we are doing by the numbers. We're going to give you three numbers that we think are very indicative for this Georgia Tech game coming up on Friday that you need to be aware of so that you can either be very happy to hear or maybe grab your favorite bucket that you've named. It's trusty. It's old and rusty.
Sure.
And you're going to have it next to you for so many reasons. Daniel, do you want to start with your number or do you want me to start with my number?
I'll start. My number is two numbers.
Okay.
It's the number 10 and the number 3.
Okay. This seems like a ranking.
Okay. It's not. Okay. It's not a ranking of any kind.
Not a ranking. So it's a number of things Georgia has and a number of things Georgia Tech has.
Indirectly, but no, you're not on the right track.
Not on the right track with that.
It
is touchdowns allowed, rushing touchdowns allowed this year.
By the way, we know it's not great audio when we just sit here and try to randomly guess what the other person's thinking. We don't care. We're doing it anyway. Like it's just
fun. And in the end, guess what you get to do as we're sitting here? You're guessing along. You're shouting into your car speaker or your headphones on the side. Okay.
There's Daniel, people shouting into their speakers. It's the number of the best player on Georgia Tech's offense, number 10, Haynes King.
I understand now.
And it's the number of the best player on Georgia's defense.
Here we go.
Number 3, CJ Allen. I mentioned I had good news and we had bad news about the Georgia Tech game, and I offered to let you choose which one you wanted first. I'm not going to allow you to choose. I don't know who needs to hear this.
Okay.
And I'm not breaking news here. I don't have sources in all capital letters. I'm trying to tell you what I literally heard Kirby Smart say.
I heard it too.
CJ Allen is not playing in this game, period. He will not go against Georgia Tech.
I think it's by the way, quick aside, my favorite thing about Kirby pressers now are when you ask a question reporter and he says, you have to rephrase that because I have no idea what you're talking about.
That's barely even an English question.
And then the second favorite is when you ask about injuries. Why are you doing this?
Why?
Okay. But you heard him say the same thing I did.
You heard him. He said about no less than 4 different guys when asked about their availability. He said, good to go. They're full go.
Yep.
Fully available. Expect them to play.
Yep. And then
full go.
Yeah.
And then when asked about CJ Allen, how he's progressing, what was he able to do in practice last week? He said, and I quote, CJ Allen's working really hard to do everything that he can do, and we're hoping to get him back.
That was the piece when he said doing everything he can do.
See,
that's when I knew right then. I was like, oh, well.
I think there's a CJ Allen problem for Georgia. Long term, but I don't have the stomach or the constitution to even address it right now. But I'm just going to stick with the topic at hand.
Sure.
The number 3 will not be tackling the number 10 on Friday afternoon in the Benz, and that gives me something akin to the Benz when thinking about this particular game. I ask you, Clint, is the Georgia linebacker room okay without CJ Allen against the most physical running threat Georgia has played all season, regardless of position, which is Haynes King.
Okay, Georgia fans, you're not going to like this response at all.
Okay. Happy Tuesday,
tell you,
everybody.
Happy Tuesday. It's Thanksgiving. You're traveling right now. You're trying to get on a plane.
It's like a Tuesday.
2 reasons why this is bad news. One, heard Kirby. Kirby will give you nuggets if you listen. Kirby talked about what needs to happen in this game. Somebody asked him a stupid question about compared to last year and wanting to come back over 8 overtimes. He said, "What do you mean? Last year doesn't matter. Our guys want to win every game." And then talked about the physicality of Georgia Tech and talked about the physicality of tackling somebody and continue tackling. CJ Allen is the best tackler on this team.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Haynes King and company will want to get second chance opportunities off of missed broken tackles or arm tackles or bring a friend tackles. Extra yardage is there. Secondly, you know what CJ Allen does really, really well for the entire defense?
What's that?
Gets them set up and in position well with communication that has been lacking in the back end for DBs is there now, but needs to correspond between the back end and the front end, defensive line, linebackers, and safeties specifically. CJ Allen's not going to be there to do that. Who's the offensive coordinator for Georgia Tech again with a lot of motioning, a lot of changing, a lot of formations, and a lot of shifting?
You hate to see this.
Buster Faulkner, who
Mm-hmm.
is doing an incredible job with those things, and that's where there's going to be lapses in this game and missed tackles in this game. Now, that's the bad news. The good news is, I think the drop-off, I think Justin Williams, Chris Cole, Raylan Wilson are doing a great job this year. But it's going to be noticeable in the score.
Yeah. Yeah.
CJ Allen being out is going to make this game tighter.
Yeah. I mean, I just don't trust anyone else to be where they need to be every single time. And that's what this Georgia Tech offense is going to force you to do. Every single time, they're going to force you to try to play a lot of plays. This Georgia Tech offense is not explosive. They're going to try to grind you out. Long drives. They're going to try to string it together. That's what they did to Georgia, first down after first down after first down after first down last year. It puts a lot of pressure on this Georgia defense because all of a sudden, 3rd and 7, you think you're in a favorable situation. You think you're about to get off the field, and one busted assignment, all of a sudden it's an 11-yard gain by Haynes King, and the drive continues, and it's another 3 plays, and it's another minute and 45 seconds off the clock, and all of a sudden this game just starts grinding down, and Tech is right there in it with the Georgia Tech defense not on the field, which is exactly what Georgia Tech knows that they need to try to do to try to mitigate some of the deficiencies on that end. So it is a big deal. I don't know what it's going to look like moving forward for Georgia, but again, we're not breaking any news. We do not have any sources. Sources are fraudulent. They're not real.
Just so you know, anybody that cites a source for Georgia is trying to impress you. Kirby doesn't do that. Yeah. He will not stand for any information getting out whatsoever. And the whole entire organization knows it, and the institution knows it, and the culture knows it.
They're trying to lure you behind a paywall. That's what they're trying to do. And people are very wary of being lured these days.
It's in a white van or a paywall. It's the same luring.
Same thing. Clint's got a number for me, but first, want to let you know about these.
FanDuel, I told you about them. Get over there right now. FanDuel is awesome. NBA is back. College football is gearing up for the playoff run. And right now, FanDuel can get you in to the action by betting on your favorite players, favorite teams, the over-unders.
Unless you're a fan of Texas, in which case you'll only be able to bet on them for about one more week.
I'm telling the spread is 2. A&M favored in Austin. What
Check
can
back.
go wrong? Check back in the Locks episode tomorrow. Yeah. Right now, you place a $5 wager, you win. Guess what? $300 in bonus bets to use across the platform of FanDuel. It's fantastic. Get over right now, FanDuel.com, promo code LockedOnCollege for $300 in bonus bets for the first $5 bet. FanDuel, get in the action.
Clint, yeah. I talked about CJ Allen and his what we expect to be soon to be absence from this football game. Not great news for Georgia. Do you have another number that you'd like to shift our focus toward?
Let's find some excitement.
Daniel. All right, sir.
Let's turn the optimism knob a little in our favor. 10.4. Daniel?
10.4. All right, this is a yards per something.
Great. He's off.
Yeah.
He's off to the races, people.
10.4 yards per attempt, Gunnar Stockton?
No, that would be quite incredible. He's close to it, actually.
Normally good.
He's really close to it.
Yeah, I was going to say be over 9.
Yeah, it is over 9. He's over 9. No. That is not the case. I'll give you. It's very specific to last week and very specific to Georgia Tech.
Oh, is that how many rushing yards per attempt they gave up last week?
It also close, but no, not exactly.
Okay.
You get one more guess. It was the situational number. So it is giving up yardage.
Okay. Yeah.
But it's a specific situation on which Georgia Tech gave up that amount of yards.
10.4 yards given up on first downs? I don't know. What could this be?
In the scoring zone. Daniel, in the red area, Georgia Tech gave up 10.4 yards per play to Pitt. How? You might be asking.
I literally don't understand how. Because guess what you can't have in the red zone? An 80-yard pass play. That really skews the number. That's how you high averages.
The red area.
You have a big number.
You could be on the 18 and score in one play. And the next time down on the 10 and score in one play. Guys.
What? It doesn't even make any sense.
It doesn't make sense. Dawgs Stats, by the way. Longtime friend of the pod. Dawgs Stats.
We like it.
Love our man. This is courtesy of him. 10.4 yards per play in the red area given up by Georgia Tech's defense. I'm going to continue going with this because it fits within it. I'm going to give you the numbers 40 and now 100. Georgia Tech started the year 40th in the nation rush defense. They are now 100th in the nation in rush defense. Remember another team recently that sucked and struggled in the red zone and was near 100, I think 108 rushing defense? That was Mississippi State. How'd that game go for Georgia? Like,
Not good for Mississippi State.
Not good for Mississippi. I'm not trying to tell you the game is going to go exactly like that. But I am here to tell you that Georgia Tech is closer to Mississippi State than they are further away from Mississippi State. They are more akin to them than anything else. A good offense. Mississippi State does it by throwing. They mix in running. They're a good running team. But their defense is abysmal. 10 point. When I saw that stat, I said, again, your question, how? How is this mathematically possible? The math isn't mathing, but yet it is because when they got close, they had chunk plays after chunk plays in the red area. Georgia Tech, normally when you get that truncated, and Georgia fans know early in the season, we struggled in the red zone. It was not good for us getting down the red zone. We did not have the backs to power it in. We didn't have the offensive linemen to help get us there. The wide receivers were still getting their footing. Gunnar Stockton still making reads. Well, all of those are now check. Noah Thomas is out there absolutely making guys look foolish. London Humphreys, the same way on seam. Oscar Delp, Lawson Lucky, come on down to the party. And if those four guys aren't going to go ahead, Zachariah Branch, how about you just scamper it in from the 8 on a screen over there? Quick little, get it out there. And if that wasn't good enough, fine. Spread them out and then bust them in the dome with Chauncey and with Nate. Red zone is a huge asset to us. and we're going against a team doesn't really focus on, doesn't really care about it, and struggles, to say the least, defending their own end zone, especially when you're close to it, Daniel.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a full scale half team, but Georgia Tech is pretty close to like a classic half team. Like what you would think of when you think of like a Lincoln Riley team.
There it is.
Like last year's LSU team. Like that kind of a all offense, zero defense whatsoever. Georgia Tech's got a pretty good offense, a pretty efficient offense.
Yeah, they do.
Most of the metrics, most of the systems that you look at, Georgia Tech, a top 25 offense in college football. You cannot find a single ranking of any statistic or any notable category where Georgia Tech is a top 75 defense in college football. They are outside of the top 75 in virtually everything inside the top 25 on offense.
And one of the things, so you might be saying to yourself, okay, hey, we can't stop the run, we can't stop the pass, we're not efficient in the red area. So maybe we're opportunistic with turnovers. No.
Okay.
No.
You're not, though.
The last 10% of college football teams in turnovers, this defense does not get the ball back. They do not force teams to punt. They are somewhere, depending on if you do opponents adjusted, or another way of putting it, they're averaging a half a takeaway this year per game. Just a half takeaway per game this year, not getting one. Again, depending on opponents average or adjusted, they're somewhere between 120 and 130. Daniel?
Yeah, it's just really, the defense is porous in almost every metric. They can't defend the pass. They can't defend the run. They can't defend the red area. They're not like, they can't get off the field on third downs.
No.
They have virtually been hapless in every game that they've played this season. And I think when you look at this matchup for Georgia, what Georgia does well is it forces your hand and then exploits your weakness.
There it is.
The issue is this is almost like this is just going to be Mike Bobo out here having a good time, because what he loves to do more than anything is to mix things up and to set up the run with the pass and to set up the pass with the run and to, run action off a similar play that he ran earlier in the game, but do something totally different out of it and hit a big play over the top. Georgia Tech gives you all of that.
Yeah. Mike Bobo is going to be an irresponsible father around the holidays with a bonus coming in from his company. He just got to say, what do you want?
Putting in a pool. He's putting in a pool.
He doesn't care. He's going to have so much fun that he is going to just be handing out presents like he is Santa at the mall. This guy is going to be all about it. Hey, we're going to come back after these, and we're going to let you know about another number you need to look ahead for this game on Friday. But first, these. Daniel, we talked about the 3-10, talked about CJ Allen likely being out for this game. 33 looks like he's probably going to go. Offensive line, I think, is going to be fully healthy. I don't see any limitations there whatsoever.
No.
Talked about the inefficiencies and inabilities of the Georgia Tech defense. They are historically bad, laughably bad. Daniel, do you have another number for the people to correspond to this game, excitement or nervous?
I do. I have another number. I'm trying to decide exactly which way to go with it. I'm going to go this way.
Okay. He's going to zig.
It's not, we've looked at some of the statistical things, but I'm going to come out with the number 42. Clint.
Okay.
42. Any guesses where I'm at? Came out to a nice round number.
It was round. So it's not an average. It's not a per game. Oh, it is an average.
It is an average.
40, wow, that's remarkable.
It came out to a nice round number. Sometimes math is easy.
42. Is it a per game average?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
It's a shocking,
remarkable one. It's a remarkable one at that.
It's a shocking per game average. It can't be receptions or rushing yards. Can't be receiving yards or rushing yards because that's not too remarkable. That's good. That's solid, but it's not too remarkable.
Sure.
I'm going to say 42 is the Zachariah Branch punt return yards.
No, stop.
I thought I had him.
In Georgia Tech's last 3 games, that's how many points per game they've given up.
That's impossible.
That's
impossible.
Okay, now, wait, listener. I implore you to wait before you cast judgment. In their last 3 games, all of which are conference games, they have allowed an average of 42 points per game. The numbers are 48, 36, and 42. Whew. That's how many they've given up in the last 3. Okay. Now, may I tell you who they played in those 3 games?
Possibly the eventual ACC champion in Pitt.
Okay. They played the Pitt Panthers. That's head coach Pat Narduzzi. Again, for those of you that aren't familiar with his work.
Solely because his name. Like, you can't find a more Pitt head coach than Pat Narduzzi.
Okay. Can I raise you one? Because the game before that, they played the Boston College Golden Eagles.
I remember watching the end of this game because they needed a harrowing.
36-34 was the final. Yeah, gave up 34 to BC. The game before that, they gave up a 48 pack to NC State, the Wolf Pack. So we're talking about again.
Who needed 3 of the wildest special teams plays I have ever seen in my entire life to overcome the hapless game last week. The ACC is a joke. 3 of the most improbable things.
NC State. So NC State, by the way, NC State beat Florida State last week in the
3 most improbable punt returns, hitting off people and
slap fight bowl.
Just
NC State, Boston College, Pittsburgh. This Georgia Tech defense has gone out there, put their money where their mouth is, and they've given up 42 points per game in those 3 games. Now,
jeez,
Clint.
Yeah.
I don't want to say that Georgia's offense is much better than those 3 teams' offenses. I don't want to. I don't want to. Here's what I will tell you.
Okay.
I will tell you that Georgia's offense is in fact much better than all 3 of those team offense, like by a mile. Like, we're talking about a Boston College offense that ranks 100th in yards per play. A Pittsburgh offense that ranks 62nd in yards per play.
Jeez.
And an NC State offense that is the best of the bunch, which is good because they scored 48 against Georgia Tech. An NC State offense that ranks all the way up at 51st nationally in yards per play. Now, you got the Georgia offense coming in.
Yeah.
That is the number 1 most efficient offense in college football. And so I ask you, Clint, what number isn't on the table for Georgia to score on Friday?
See, if I'm going to take this opportunity, I'm going to try to give a little bit of an education to fans on Kirby Smart, Mike Bobo, Glenn Schumann's understanding of playing college football.
Okay.
You can't, nor should you try, to score on every single play on offense.
Right.
It's a bad system.
Yeah.
Ask USC against Oregon, who Oregon, by the way, best passing defense in the entire nation, actually played the likes of Minnesota and such.
Iowa.
Stop.
Rutgers.
Stop.
Best passing attack they faced, Rutgers.
Gave up a whole bunch of yards against USC because USC is actually good. But Lincoln Riley is trying to get out there and score a touchdown on every single play.
Yeah.
Mike Bobo and Kirby Smart know how to manage and milking a death march and getting plays in chunks 5, 6, 7 yards at a time. Can they pop? Yes, they can pop. Can any play well executed score a touchdown? Yes, you weirdos that want to go. Yes, of course. What number isn't on the table? If you were to tell me that Georgia scores 56 points in this game, I would not be shocked at all.
I would be.
Again, Ole Miss, look back at Ole Miss game. We scored on every single possession we had.
Yeah.
And we did trying to drain the dang clock because Kirby knew our defense
couldn't hold any water.
So we need to do two things. We need to be efficient, get first downs, and drain the clock. Bobo, go. And he did exactly that. I think the defense will have a much better time. But no numbers off the table.
The FanDuel team total for Georgia right now is 37.5. That's how bad this Georgia that's an insanely high number for a Kirby Smart, Mike Bobo offense. We're not running tempo and trying to get to the line of scrimmage as fast as we can. And Georgia plays complementary football. Georgia's not one of the fastest teams in college football.
No.
And so for our team total to be 37.5, Vegas is basically telling you, yeah, Georgia's going to score on pretty much every one of their possessions. It's just a matter of how many field goals are they going to kick. So you're deciding whether or not Georgia covers the spread based on how many points you think Georgia's going to give up on Saturday, because Georgia's going to score some points on Saturday.
Yes, in the bins, it's going to be fast. It's going to be quick. By the way, if ever a game in which you're going to go ahead and see Zachariah Branch again, remind everybody he's been quiet the last couple of weeks. Now,
he has been quiet.
To him is very productive and very good.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. But offenses are starting to gear towards him, and all of a sudden Mike Bobo's like, oh, cool. Oh, fun. Here are our tight ends.
What do you think about
Georgia
that?
fans? Are you happy?
Are you? By the way, they're not.
Are you not entertained?
No, they will tell you. They will tell you they want more points per 100 yards gained.
No, boo,
Nick. You
boo, coward. Mike Bobo. We hate good things. Take our good things away. We hate them.
He's the best offensive coordinator in college football.
Period. I think everybody knows that.
Wow.
Except Nick or Kevin.
I don't know.
Stewart. It could be a Stewart. I'm just naming minions, I think, at this point. Is that what I'm doing? I think that's what I'm doing.
Daniel has told you his life is full of regret.
I regret nothing. I regret nothing. I regret absolutely nothing. I don't regret this. I don't regret Mike White. Listen, if you're not satisfied with what Mike White's done, overtime loss against Clemson notwithstanding, this Georgia basketball team is on track. Well, they are 6-1 right now.
So good.
Looking solid.
That
everything
left hand is beautiful.
Things are happening. Things are happening.
He is Daniel. I'm Clint. This is Locked On Bulldogs, part of Locked On Podcast Network, your team every single day. We'll see you guys tomorrow. We give out locks and our official previews for the game. We'll see you guys then.
See ya.